Here's how we hold a bow for violin and viola. It's pretty much the same for cello and bass. I can work with students if they're on cello and bass, if there's anything different that I need to change after I do these basics. First thing I describe is having an ant on the top of their right thumb, and it climbs all the way to the top of their thumb like it's thumb mountain. They're going to take that thumb mountain and they're going to squish that ant in between the leather wrapping and the frog on the underside of the stick. I know that's a little bit complicated. So there's leather wrapping here, and this rectangle part is the frog. In between that should be a little bit of a gap. You're going to crush that ant in between the leather wrapping and the frog, right in that gap, very top of the thumb. Then this pointer finger is Captain Hook, make a hook. Captain Hook is going to tip over and take a nap, rotating with the whole arm with it. Then these two fingers are going to drape over the top of the stick like a blanket on top of a chair, and then pinky on top like a bird on a telephone line. So what that looks like all told is my thumb is bent in towards the rest of my hand. The very tip of the thumb is supporting the weight of the bow in between the leather wrapping and the frog, in that little gap, not in the crook of the frog, but actually in the gap on the stick between the leather wrapping and the frog. Then Captain Hook tips over, takes the whole arm with it. These two fingers come over like blankets on the back of a chair, pinky on top like a bird on a telephone line. The three most important parts are the thumb, this Captain Hook tipped over on a side, and pinky on top. So if you check their thumb, make sure that their thumb is bent in towards their hand and supporting the weight of the bow. Captain Hook is tipped over, and then the really good check is that this pinky is sitting on top. So if it's wrapped down and around like that, that's no good, just on top. Hope that helps.